Hello, everybody, and welcome to Connor Sports Up. So today, the Saints beat the Buccaneers 30-10. I mean, honestly, it could have been a lot more considering the Saints offense kind of let up by the fourth quarter. But it was a very good win for the Saints, really, because, and honestly, we have maybe two dominating victories compared to like the Eagles or the Rams, which have more than two. But they're definitely a contender. Let's move on to the stats. So Drew Brees played fairly well, or really well considering, but fairly well when you're comparing Drew Brees' stats to Drew Brees of the old. And when I say old, I mean when he was younger. So he was 22 for 27, 263 passing yards, and two touchdowns and interceptions. So good stat line. I kind of wish he throws to Michael Thomas a little bit more, and I hope that they put in Willie Snead in more because he's a very good slot wideout, but they're just not using him. I don't know if he's still injured with a hamstring injury. Maybe, I mean, Brandon Coleman is playing fairly well for a slot wideout who was undrafted. Similar, I mean, Willie Snead was also undrafted, but still. But I just want Willie Snead to play a little bit more. But speaking of like young players, uh, Alvin Kamara. So he was drafted in the third round. We traded up for him. We had to give up our second round draft pick of this year to get him. And at this point, I'm really not mad whatsoever. He looks like a future starter. I mean, I don't know. He's more of a. It's hard to explain. I don't think he's going to be a cowbell running back who's going to get 20 carries a game. I feel like he can get like 10 carries and 10 receptions a game, something like that. Like 20 touches, but I don't think it's going to be like Ezekiel Elliott or anybody. But he's a very good running back if used correctly, and he is being used correctly. He has 10 carries for 68 rushing yards, one touchdown, and then he has 6 receptions for 84 yards and one touchdown. So he could be a black horse rookie of the year candidate for the NFC. Is it going to happen? Most likely not, to be honest with you. But who knows? I mean, he's just one of the. He's arguably the second best weapon that Drew Brees has. The best weapon is obviously Michael Thomas, but Alvin Kamara has proven time again that he's a good weapon for Drew Brees, which is good considering that, like I said before, really seeing it hasn't been being used as much. But Alvin Kamara did fumble, but he has 2 touchdowns. He played really well. About 150 all-purpose yards, so that's really good. Mark Ingram, 16 carries for 77 yards. In the beginning, he was not playing well. He was playing conservative because, again, he did fumble 2 times last game against the Bears. He did have one carry for 32 yards, which helps out his stats, but in general, he did not have a good game. Drew Brees had 1 carry for 6 yards, which kind of it resulted in a touchdown, but it was just a very good run concern. I mean, it wasn't a lot of yards at all, but what he did was just kind of extend the play. Michael Thomas had 8 receptions for 65 yards. One can assume that he will reach the 1,000-yard mark. I mean, he's a number 1 wideout, and a very good one at that. But Drew Brees just likes to spread it everywhere, really. Ted Ginn, probably having the best year of his career. He has 4 receptions for 59 yards and a touchdown. Kobe Fleener, probably the best game that he had so far of this year at least. 2 receptions, 46 yards. And that's saying a good bit for that being his best game. I mean, statistically, it may not be. I don't know if it is. I have to go look, but I don't know. He's underperforming by his contract. I believe we're paying him $6 million per year. But I don't know. Then Brandon Coleman only had 1 reception for 7 yards. Defense played great again. Of course, Jameis Winston did get injured. Uh, this is the third time that he re-injured his arm or injured it this season. I believe first it was against Arizona, then the Bills, and now the Saints. It wasn't a dirty hit or anything by Alex Okafor. So Cameron Jordan had a sack and a half. Alex Okafor had a sack. A half of a sack. Von Bell had a half of a sack. Kiwuki Haha had a sack. And David Amiata, the dude from Canada, had a half of a sack. So defense played well. Von Bell forced the first fumble, and we only allowed 10 points, and 7 of those points came off of the fourth quarter when we basically already won the game. But like I said before, Jameis Winston did get injured, and he had his stats read 7 for 13 and 67 passing yards. So obviously, when he was playing, he was not playing that well. Well, Ryan Fitzpatrick technically had a better game. 8 completions for 15 attempts, 68 passing yards, and 1 touchdown. But this is one of the dominating wins that the Saints need to be viewed as a contender for the Super Bowl, which technically they can be, because if you really think about who are the top teams in the NFC, Seattle, who is sometimes inconsistent. In fact, last time I checked, they're losing to Washington right now. It was 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Wait, hold on. No, it looked like Seattle just scored, but again, the Redskins are on Seattle's 39, make that 1 yard line, and it looks like the Redskins may take the lead again. So again, let's say if the Seahawks lose, they're gonna be 5-3, but they're probably the most I don't know, the team with the most championship caliber, who actually been there, done that. I'm not saying that they're the best team in the NFC. That belongs to the Eagles, obviously. But the Eagles have a second-year quarterback, same as the Rams and Jared Goff. So what can you expect out of them? Neither one of them played in the playoffs, nevertheless, in the Super Bowl before. Both Drew Brees and Russell Wilson played in the Super Bowl. Both of them played in at least 2 NFC Championship games. And Drew Brees is a Hall of Famer, and Russell Wilson is a very good quarterback behind a very good defense. And Drew Brees' defense isn't that bad either, really. I mean, I'm a Saints fan, but I'm just not too. The problem is, I don't want to get too optimistic because we did not play elite offenses, and when we did, talking about the Patriots that way, we lost by how many points? It was double digits, I know that, so nothing too. Our defense isn't Super Bowl contending. I mean, this team is a Super Bowl contender, but the defense needs to slightly step it up a little bit for me to think that this is elite defense. I mean, it's probably about a little bit above average, but again, we did not play elite offense yet. Have to see it to believe that the defense is elite. I mean, with that said, it's a very young defense and has plenty of promise. I believe, fortunately, when Drew Brees leaves, the Saints are going to become a defensive team again, which is weird saying. And for people who don't know, the Saints used to be a very good defensive team, like in the late '80s and early '90s. So it wasn't that too far ago. The defense was actually elite. They're arguably the best defense of the decade. I mean, oh no, I won't say that, but they definitely have the best linebacking core ever. Strictly saying, yeah, the Steelers linebacking core was great, but the thing is, they also had help on the defensive line. The Saints linebackers did it all by themselves, really. But this is really good for the Saints, winning 6 games in a row. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to share the video. Thank you.